Hi everybody, here we are back for week 3 of our guitar class, and this week we're going to do some rhythm work, and we're going to learn a new chord, so we'll have two parts of two chord families underneath our belt. Let's start with the chords. Last week we learned the first, fourth, and fifth chords of the D chord family, which are D is the 1 chord, G is the 4 chord, and A or A7 is the 5 chord. And we learned the little song, Skip to My Lou, that we played in 2 chords, which are D and A7. Lou, Lou, skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, skip to my Lou, my darling. Okay. If we want to have the same structure for a song and move it from the key of D, which is what we started with in the song Skip to My Lou, to the key of G, we would need to know another chord, because the 1, 4, 5 chords in the key of G are G, C, and D. All right, well, we already know G and D because we learned those in the chord family of D. So all we need to add now is the C chord, and the C chord is the 4 chord in the 1, 4, 5 chord sequence of the G, the key of G. So here's what this would look like if we just played the 1, 4, and 5 chords in the key of G. G, C, D, G. 1, 4, 5, 1. Okay? Since we already know G and we already know D, we don't need to go over those again. In order to keep this sharp, we'll just focus on making the chord of C. And the chord of C is made by placing the index finger on the 2nd string at the 1st fret here, placing the middle finger on the 4th string at the 2nd fret here, and placing the ring finger on the 5th string at the 3rd fret. So the chord covers the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd frets. It's a little stair step. See the little stair step here. Okay? Make sure that you get your fingers on the right strings. Your fingers should be on the 2nd string, on the 4th string, and on the 5th string. And it should make a nice clear sound like this. And that's a C chord. Once again, fret at the 1st fret, 2nd string, 2nd fret, 4th string, 3rd fret, 5th string. Okay? Keep all those numbers in mind. So once again, you would have G, C, D. Alright. And that would be the same structurally as D, G, and A or A7, which is what we're playing. Okay, so now we know 2 ways to get the same thing. The difference would be what key that you wanted to choose to play the song in, which you might want to do for reasons having to do with how the melody best fits your voice, or what other people might be playing if you're trying to play along in those sorts. For the class handout, I gave you the first of our full set of diagrams for a chord family, and that's for the chord family of G. I don't expect you to learn all those chords for this class. It's just for your reference in the future, but I do want you to be aware that that's a good place to go when you're confused about what the 1, 4, and 5 chords are, because on the chord diagram it shows above the chords what degree or number that those chords represent in the scale, and that's where the 1, 4, 5 comes from the degrees or numbers of the notes in the scales. So take a look at those and practice those chords. All right, now we need to work a little bit on our rhythm, because I'd like for you to get started on being able to put chord changes together with the rhythm for a song, so that we have something that resembles a song, not just chord changes. And once again, we're going to use our song "Skip to the Lou," skip to my Lou, but we need to start with an idea of what rhythm we're going to be using. And the rhythm we're going to be using, or the beat, is called 4/4 time. That means that there's 4 beats for a measure, very common time signature in Western music, and it's I'm going to be sure familiar to all of you, but just to be sure, let's go over it. And here's a little exercise that you can try. We're just going to clap. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, which is how we construct 4/4 time. And each time that I say a number, I'm going to clap. And what we need to do is try to keep this regular, like a clock, ticking along. This gives a pleasing effect. So I'm just going to do this just to give you an idea of how you should be practicing this, just to get used to the idea of having a 4 count, and then we'll apply it to the guitar. So let's start with our 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So how does that 4 count fit into playing a song? Well, let me just show you how it sounds when we add it to a verse of "Skip to My Lou." So I'll start by doing the count and playing guitar. And this is more advanced than what we're going to be doing, but I just wanted to show you how the count fits into what you would normally hear as a song played on the guitar. So we'll start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, let me try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Lou, Lou, skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, skip to my Lou, my darling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so here are 2 rhythm exercises that you can do just to get used to counting that 4 count and coordinating it with the physical movement of your hands. Let's start by getting ourselves in the D chord here. We're just going to hold that D chord. Okay, and what I want you to turn your attention to is down here, and you can use your thumb. You don't need a pick or anything, just your thumb will be fine. We're going to just play the 4th string only. Here in the chord of D, that's an open D note, so the overtones will sound good because you're holding a D chord. And all I want you to do is just pluck this string each time that you have a count. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4, and on each count, 1, 2, so forth, we're going to pluck that 4th string. So it's going to sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, once you can play that just by going 1, 2, 3, 4 and keep it steady, then you can add the lyrics from our little song, "Skip to My Lou," and a chord change. Lou, Lou, skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, skip to my Lou, my darling. You notice that doesn't vary. It just keeps ticking along. Now, I understand that's pretty monotonous, but it's something you need to work on a bit in order to get your timing right, that you can hit a note on the count and sustain it over the length of a song, at least a short song. That's what you have to do in order to be able to play music on the guitar. Okay, the other thing I want to show you here is a variation on what we just did, which is going to be now plucking the 4th string with the thumb like we did, but also adding with the index finger, we're going to pluck up on the 3rd string. So once again, holding the D chord, we're going to pluck down on 1 and 3 and up on 2 and 4. It's going to sound like this. Well, I guess it's going to sound like this if I play the right chord. Before we add the count, make sure you see what I'm doing with my fingers here. Thumb on the 4th down, index plucking up, so that it's 4, 3, 4, 3. Playing the 4th string, then the 3rd string, 4th string, 3rd string, 4th string, 3rd string. Okay, when we add the count, this is what we get. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you've gotten that down, where you can play it steadily, then again we can apply it to our little song Skip to My Lou and make a little more interesting sound out of it. So here we go again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lou, Lou, skip to my Lou. Lou, Lou, skip to my Lou. Lou, Lou, skip to my Lou. Skip to my Lou, my darling. Now that's pretty slow. Let me speed it up just a bit to give you a little bit better idea how it would sound if you were trying to actually do this song for someone. Lou, Lou, skip to my Lou. Lou, Lou, skip to my Lou. Lou, Lou, skip to my Lou. Skip to my Lou, my darling. Notice I'm keeping this 1, 2, 3, 4 going. It's a tick-tock. It's like a clock. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it's pretty fast here. You probably don't want to do it this fast to start with. Slow it down as much as you need to in order to be able to keep it steady. Okay, that's our first rhythm lesson. Practice making your C chord that we learned today so that you can practice changing between D, G, and A7, and you can practice changing between G, C, and D. And that's it for this week.